Hi. We're here. We have to use the bathroom. Can we come in?
Alex and Jack from All Time Low are on their way over, and I have known these guys for 20 years, which is wild to think about, and I'm so excited to talk all about their new album. It's their 10th studio album. Everyone's talking. I love it. I think it's such a massive statement for them, and it's a culmination of all of their work. I know the boys both love oatmeal cookies, so I did my signature oatmeal cherry chocolate cookie, and Brian is making us all old-fashioned. I know the guys love them too. So what's happening right now?
You know, we're putting in some sugar, putting in some bitters.
Look at this. Look at this garnish that Brian prepared.
Only the best here.
Well, cheers. Excited to see them. Come on, guys.
We're here to use your bathroom?
Yes, of course. Come on in. Oh, I love this shirt so much.
Hi, guys.
Yay, guys.
What's up, man?
Come on in, of course. Thank you.
Sure?
Yeah.
He's on?
Yeah, totally. Hey, oh, I love your shirts.
This place is gorgeous.
Thank you. Oh. All right, let me show you the bathroom. Come over here. So you like the cookies.
They're insane. They're so good.
I might have two. I'm
So
not gonna
I baked these all for you, so please help yourself.
It's lunchtime right now, and this is the meal.
This is it, and it's happy hour because Brian made us all
hour.
old-fashioned.
Brian, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
The hospitality.
Favorite interview ever.
Wild.
Let's go. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
guys.
Thank
I
you.
love the little garnish.
Yeah.
I know you do. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God. This
Isn't
is
this
like
wonderful?
It's so good to see you. Thank you for having us.
I just was like, I can't believe we have known each other now for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's been a long
Like,
time.
isn't that?
2007, 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes
Yes.
way back.
Awesome.
I remember hanging out on the bus on Warped Tour. We had met through Juliet
Sims.
And I remember like just chilling, kicking it on Warped Tour. Those were crazy times.
So like I signed Juliet Sims to Epic Records in like 2006. And I remember thinking I really wanted to get her like organically in the scene, you know, like the smart punk stage at Vans. And like, I remember when you guys connected, I'm like, this is great, you know?
Yeah.
You guys did the Careless Whisper cover.
It was so fun.
Remember
There was
that?
such,
Yes.
like, so many good times back then. Like we were working with Squire on So Wrong It's Right, and Matt Squire.
Yes.
And he had just been doing her first album.
Automatic
Yes,
Love Letter.
Automatic Love Letter.
So she was bouncing in and out, and I think she came into town for a little while to like finish some vocals that hadn't been finished or something like that. And so we all linked up, and yeah, man, that was really cool. It was cool that like everybody's world sort of coalesced.
We got interviewed by her at Warped Tour.
Yes.
DC.
Yeah, just recently.
And after that, it sent us on a spiral going down this story basically, and we pulled up the Automatic Love Letter record and we're listening to it, and I was like,
Hits.
and like it takes me back to like a month, like a specific month. You know what I mean? Just
That was the first record I A&R'd.
Okay, hell
You
yeah.
know, she was like my first signing, the first record I A&R'd.
Wow.
Hell of a talented first signing. Like,
Right?
good God.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know, my ears know. My ears and
sure.
my heart and my soul know.
Yeah.
So that
That
was just a
voice.
special. And then I was thinking about it, like, our paths kept crossing because then there was that, like, the Holly Madison era where I was also doing Rock the Rabbit and like music stuff with Playboy.
Really?
Yes.
Hilarious.
And then like Fuse. And when I was a host of Fuse. And
That's
then,
so funny.
of course, when I went to Spotify and I was the head of rock there, I got to be in the studio with you and Mark Hoppus when you guys were doing your project, which was so awesome.
Oh, thanks.
And then freaking All Time Low has their first #1, Monster.
Yes,
I mean,
It's
what
been
a
crazy
that was a
trajectory.
full circle moment because you guys have been doing this your whole lives relentlessly, and you continue to grow. And when you had that radio success, it was like, yes, this is like how it's supposed to be.
It was a wild one for us because that was something that we'd been chipping away at for a really long time, and it had just never quite connected. It was the radio component was the one thing that we could never quite crack. Like touring was great for us.
Yes.
You know, getting out on the road made sense. Making these albums made sense. We had this incredible, still have this incredible diehard fan base that was willing to go to bat for us. And it was just like the one part that like never quite clicked. And then when it finally did, it was like, okay.
To be honest,
There it
like
is.
I personally, I won't speak for you, but personally, I'd given up on it. on that aspect of our career.
We were past it.
I was just like, okay, because we're on that point. We're on record like 8 or 9, and you're like, okay, if you haven't gotten radio at this point, like you're not gonna get it. Yeah, and I thought of bands like Kings of Leon who it took them like 4 albums or something to get it. And I was like, oh, maybe we're the Kings of Leon of pop punk. And then like album 4 or 5 came around. I'm like, okay, we're not the Kings of Leon of pop punk, but
we'll try again next time.
But so we kind of gave it's like that's kind of how life works, though, right? When you like. Sometimes
when you let it go,
it comes to you.
It's when it happens.
You stop thinking.
How did that change things for you?
It was COVID.
Yeah, it's hard to say because the quantifiable part of it was really weird because we were home and everyone was on lockdown. And so we were having this massive success that we'd never had before with a song, but there was no tangibility to it, outside of like getting the calls being like, you're still number one, you're still number one.
Right.
There was
no award shows, you'd hear it on the radio when you drive around, but like no way to really kind of celebrate or feel like, wow, this is maybe the biggest we've ever been.
Yeah. Yes.
And we didn't get to, so the record came out 2020 March, which is COVID, the beginning of COVID. We didn't get to play it live till July 21.
Oh man,
which was a while later,
which is cool because like Demi came out and did it with us.
Yes, that was really cool.
It was a really cool moment and all that, and we got that moment, but we did wait 1.5 years for it.
It was strange.
Yeah.
Wait, which reminds me, we shared another moment together. So you said July 21 is when you were able to play it. We were at Lollapalooza together in August 21 when you saw me losing my mind to Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
I remember
we were all losing our minds.
We all were. We all were.
We were all front house watching Limp.
It's funny, Jack and I probably first bonded over our love for Limp Bizkit.
Really?
It was, the Fable's kind of like, it's always Blink in the history of All Time Low.
But in reality, it's more Limp.
In reality, it was kind of Limp Bizkit because we both had like Limp Bizkit posters up in our bedroom walls. Like when we first started hanging out, we were like, Limp Bizkit?
It's not the music we wanted to play, but it's the music that like we really like loved listening to and cared about.
Of course.
It was like all over the radio at the time. It was dominant in that era.
Significant Other is a fantastic album.
Perfect rock record.
It is. And it was so of the time. It was it was like a coming of age, like the testosterone and the angst that I needed at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I never realized either for me with like just a nerd out on Limp Bizkit for a second was he was it's kind of the original trolling. Like it was like the whole thing was laced with this irony that like
it was.
I wasn't aware.
I took it seriously because I was like 12
I wasn't aware
or 11,
of it then. I was just like, this is angry and like I need this. But then as I've lived with it, I'm like, oh, this was super like sarcastic and like kind of.
Oh yeah. Do you know Fred?
We've met him. We don't know him super well. He's very sweet.
He's the sweetest, and he always says it was a joke. It was a joke. It was
so
all tongue in cheek. I know
because it felt so real. To
I
me,
know. I know.
So it's like now I have this like completely other new, like not newfound respect, but just like it hits a different way now that I love. So that show, I was like, me and him were kind of running to get in the crowd. We were like, we have to.
We all
whatever
needed
we
that
do,
release.
don't schedule press when Limp Bizkit goes on.
We did say, do not schedule press when Limp Bizkit is on. We are not missing this.
Getting in the pit.
I was so glad you guys were there because I was like letting go. I was going full on. And so were you guys.
Yeah,
everyone was so psyched in that moment.
Really nice.
And I was like,
we all kind of had our little area and like we were just kind of like doing our little own moshing kind of like.
We got to share that together and that was very special.
Yeah.
It was sick.
And Fred was wearing like that's when he was in like
that was
dad
the dad.
rock
Yeah, that was the dad vibes.
That's
yeah.
funny.
This album, congratulations! I'm clapping. I'm clapping.
Thank you.
I don't think it's a coincidence. It's your 10th album. I think that Everyone's Talking is some of your best work, and I think that it's such a solid 15-song album, and it almost feels like for me a culmination of all of your work, all of your influences, and all of your growth. Like to me, it feels like makes me want to give you a hug. I'm like, you did it, boys.
Thanks.
You know, it makes me feel like you're all grown up.
Thank you.
And it feels like a very evolved, depth, multifaceted album. It's fantastic. I've spent a lot of time with it, and I love it.
I appreciate that. We were, I think after 23 years of doing this, it was one of those things where we knew it was album 10 and we knew that carried some sort of weight to it. We tried not to overthink that aspect of it, making the music, but I think, it is a culmination. It's a sum of the parts of all the eras of All Time Low. And I think it's put through this lens of a 20-year career in music.
Yeah.
I mean, I think ultimately that's the story it's kind of telling. You know, it dances all over the place and thematically, but like it's about the the tumble dryer of rock and roll. You know, and it's when you do it for this long, there's a lot of ups and downs, and we wanted to tell that story.
And I can feel that story on it. I kind of want to walk through the album.
Yeah.
I love the way it opens. I love the cold open into the title track. It just grabs you. It's so good. And I love that in everyone's talking, you say, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like 35 wasn't supposed to be like this and it's like, talk to me about that, because it's like, even when you're singing that, I'm like, oh my God, you're over 35. I feel like, to me, you're like forever a kid, you know? Because when we met, we were all so young.
100%. And like, I think it's one of the themes on the album is growing up in a band, and we hit for the first time when we were teenagers, basically. And it's like, there's a bit of like, you sort of lock in to that mind, and that like, it is a challenge to grow when what you do and what is so formative to your life doesn't grow. It's like this timeless thing.
It's just forever youthful. Yes, it's forever young.
It's kind of stuck in this youthful energy, and like it's a reckoning. It's a coming to terms with like, I'm in it and we've been in it and it's been a blur. And how did we go from Ryan's basement at 16 to suddenly being 37 and like, you know, the Warped Tour is celebrating 30 years and just having that moment where it dawns on you and goes like, this hasn't all gone the way you would have written it, but you're thankful and it's beautiful either way. It's been like, it's an incredible journey, but then you wake up in it and you're like, oh my God, here we are.
Yeah,
you know?
It's wild. And now with The Weather is so successful. It's just instant. I feel like that song is just like, it's already climbing up top 10. I mean, it's just, this was the song that
Glass, it doesn't count.
I
Where's
know,
the
right?
Yeah.
I know.
Touch.
Head.
It's okay. Cookies count.
Yeah,
Cookies count.
counts.
Ooh.
Back to the cookie, exactly. You said there's a little bit of like a little Ramones inspired this song. Yeah, I love that. I feel that energy.
Right on. Yeah, it was like we were kind of harking back to like, it was a little bit Cure. It's a little bit Ramones.
Yes.
It's a little bit like, I think what I loved about that song so much, Bruce.
Oh yeah,
for sure, with the solo.
Definitely.
It was. It's a little bit of that. Like, I love a song that is melancholic in the lyric and the message, but feels like joyous.
That's
and
literally the
celebratory.
Cure. That's literally the Cure.
They did it. They do it so well, and it's so hard to do to get it right and to not feel kind of trite. And it's hard to, you know, still have the message come across and feel melancholy with a background of music like that. And I think that's maybe the first time as a band that I think we kind of pulled it off. So
I mean, it really does stand alone. There's so many moments like that though on this album that I feel like, oh, this is sort of new for the band, or like, one of the songs I love is Little Bit.
Oh, yeah,
It's a banger.
Well,
it's a banger.
Thank you.
You know, like it's such a good song. There's some social commentary in there, but it's a banger.
We did that one for the club shows. You know what I mean? It's like we every record we kind of sit down and go like, what don't we have? What haven't we done in a while? And I think we were just coming off last year doing these 20-year celebration shows where some of the biggest shows we'd ever played, but then we also surrounded them with these like some really small, intimate shows.
Like songs we haven't played since like, high
we
school.
went and played
Right.
the Troubadour and like places that we haven't played in years. And like, it was the energy at those shows where I was like, oh man, like I miss this. I miss this vibe.
I was listening. It's funny. I was listening to an interview with who was left of Nirvana. You know, with Dave and Chris, and actually Steve Albini, and Kurt was saying,
Chris?
Dave was saying that like when Nirvana first started playing arenas, they felt like it was so weird because they didn't know if their music wasn't written for that.
Right.
It was written for the small clubs, and the energy was supposed to be like that.
Interesting.
And so sometimes, like when you are writing songs, like you are thinking about how this is going to come across live, and what kind of room it's going to be played in, and it does change the way you want a song to sound and the vibe and everything. So we're basically comparing ourselves to Nirvana.
Yeah, you're basically the same band, identical, totally the same.
But the story being that bands do in the studio think about how this is going to come across live and like what. Yeah.
There's a beauty as well to like when you write that song with the specific purpose of like, this is going to go great in the Troubadours of the world. Yeah. But then you get to go and do it at a place like Wembley Arena or something like that. Like we're playing O2 next year.
It's unbelievable.
Very excited to be back.
Mind-blowing.
And like, you know, playing that song in the context of an arena show, I cannot wait to watch 12,000 people lose their shit.
Let's talk about
song.
that for a second, because you've been a touring band from the beginning, and you're about to embark on this amazing tour with Mayday Parade and 4 Years Strong and The Cab and The Paradox, which I'm excited about, this new band. These are all, besides The Paradox, because they're new, but all these are all bands that we've been doing it together. I say we just because I...
Yeah, we all came out. They were all on that same Warped Tour.
Yes, exactly. I've interviewed them all for years, and it just feels right. And I feel like you're about to do 30 dates in the US, more dates added. The UK dates you're doing are probably some of your biggest you've ever done. Like, you are bigger than you've ever been. And I want to know, like, what does that feel? Because all of your fans have grown up with you. So to see this sort of generational impact unfold right before you at these shows, what is that like?
I mean, it's awe-inspiring, it's humbling, we have a hard time getting our heads around it sometimes because, again, you're living in it. And so it's you know, you don't always zoom out and go, wow, look at what's happening. You're living it, and then you're there at the show and you're like, that's when it hits. And you have that goosebumps moment.
I bet.
It does make you like look at the live show and be like, okay, how do we not let them down?
Right, for sure. That's some pressure.
Like, what are we doing to make sure that, like, if you went to see ATL on the first record So Wrong, and you're coming to see him on the 10th, like, you're still having an experience that leaves you being like, okay, cool, I still love that this is one of my favorite bands, or I'm pissed that their live show isn't what it used to be. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta kind of...
It's so interesting, though. You mentioned, like, the generational thing, and I think what I'm really loving about our shows these days is, like, for the first time, we're seeing there's families coming with their kids.
And then that's really great.
We'll meet them at the meet and greets and things like that, and people will say, like, literally, I came up on this music. I've been coming to shows since 2009, and, you know, we were all teenagers. And then they're coming back now as, like, you know, fully fledged families, like, with their 7-year-old kids coming to see their first rock show. And it changes so much about, like, how we look at our shows, because it is becoming this it's bigger, and the fan base has grown, not just in, like, we've gathered more fans, but, like, literally they're multiplying, which is so wild.
And it's, like, through families, which I think is even another level. The song I'm excited to see most, besides Little Bit, is Butterflies.
Ooh, fun.
I mean, can we all agree that Butterflies is like an instant classic, right? I mean, that song, that's a first listen. I think it's one of your best songs you've ever written.
Wow, thank you.
It feels like, it's interesting because it feels nostalgic, but it feels like so fresh and right now. And I'm here for it.
I appreciate you saying that, because, like, when we wrote it, we definitely like to sometimes dive into a little bit of the harder kind of stuff, because we came up on the Used.
Of course.
You know, we came up on you know, Taken Back was my cam. Like, these are bands that they even follow up. These bands had an edge to them, and that's the kind of stuff that it's nice to kind of dive back into.
100%. That song is kind of an ode to those origins and, like, what inspired us to strive to be the band we are. And, like, so we kind of deliberately, like, put some feels in that song that are, like, it takes me back to standing front row at a used show or something when we were still in high school.
Of course.
And it was sort of like the intention to kind of a song about evolution and growth and who you're supposed to be next and who you want to be next and what you aspire to be next through the lens of, like, where it all began. It felt like a really interesting way to kind of juxtapose that in a song.
Well, mission accomplished, because that's literally how I felt. It felt like all the feels. I could feel the homage in it. I could totally feel that. I was like, these are our people. This is our scene. This is our culture.
I mean, that lyric, like, handcuff yourself to rock and roll.
Yes, that was
like,
the best.
It's something that, like, without even knowing, like, our fans are sending that to us all the time, being like, I feel that so hard. And it's like, you know, it encapsulates the entire record. It's like, this
handcuff yourself to rock and roll. Like, what a lyric.
You're on for the ride.
This is it. You know, it's a way of life. It is. It's a family. It is. It's a religion.
For better or for worse, you're in it.
You're in it. You are in it.
That's your life that you chose.
It's both sides of the coin. It's like, it's an incredible journey. It can be a difficult journey.
Of course.
It's like, but you're going. Like, you're on for the ride.
What did you guys learn about yourselves making this album? Because I feel like it's such a reflection.
I think a big part of it was, like, you know, we launched our own label to do this, and we made it in our own studio. And, like, I started a publishing company with our fifth Beatle, Dan Swank, who produced the record. And he's an incredible songwriter, and we've been fortunate to kind of have him join our camp
That's
and
great.
like and collaborate so intimately on these songs, given that he grew up a fan. Like he's a little bit younger than us and started as an ATL fan and is now kind of an integral part of the process. And
Because he writes, he produces. Yeah.
So to have that perspective, and like we started our own publishing endeavor to like write more songs together, and having basically like creating a bubble in which to make this new record felt really incredible, because it was like we built our own safe space to make this music.
We only worked with anyone we worked with is someone that we either grew up with or is part of everyday life of the band, or people that we have worked with in the past, like Andrew Goldstein or Dan Book or Zach Servini. People that like that, and Dan Swank. That's it.
That's great.
It's the people that we know are our family, because that's all you need at some point. That's what you're doing. You know how it works.
And
that's how you keep it as authentic as possible.
Yeah.
100%.
Exactly.
We didn't play the songs for anybody until pretty much it was all just about finished. It was like that's when we took it to we started this label imprint. We run it through Photo Finish, which is an amazing team over there, and great partners on it. And we kind of like we took it to them pretty late, and we were like, thank you for trusting us to like just deliver it rather than being like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? It was, and I think that was necessary. Like it was nice to have partners on this that were like, they got it.
Yeah.
They're gonna do what they need to do.
Yeah.
But one thing, to go back to your question of like, what did we learn? I remember before we started thinking, okay, how are we gonna write songs that like you still get excited about in the studio? And you're like, oh my God, like this is dope. I love this.
Yeah.
10 records in, you're like, okay, we can write songs, but you wanna write a song that you're like, oh, I wanna blast this in the car for the next 10 months till it comes out.
Yeah.
And the first day in the studio was Sucker Punch. And Alex had the idea for the chorus, and I was like, holy shit, that gives me like goosebumps.
That's setting the tone.
It's setting a tone. It's so good, and I love it. And like, it was a good reminder of like, okay, we can still do this. Like, we can still write songs.
It's hard to find
that's
that
interesting.
You have to love
I feel
the
like
songs
that
as well.
first song is probably a lot of pressure, even subconsciously.
Yeah.
But the fact that was the first song, it really
I
does.
was like, okay, cool. Like,
and it can open up the floodgates. I mean, like you were saying, sometimes it's like you need to crack that one, and then you go, oh, okay, we are making an album.
Okay.
This
Like,
isn't just a one-off song.
Yeah.
We're in a place now, and that was that song for this.
What was the process like? Were you in a groove? Did it kind of come?
Sucker Punch?
Well, just the whole album, like all the songs.
Every day we were coming in. So it's just me, Alex, and Dan. And every day we're coming in and at least leaving with one full song.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
we were.
That's kind of like the mission. It's like, okay, like let's
set a pace.
Set a pace and like have a goal so that like you by like 6 p.m. when you're like, okay, let's go get like beers and pizza.
Yeah.
Like you have accomplished something and you feel good. Yeah.
Tempo is really good for us with like the creative space. It's like I think sometimes you can. What I've learned from past experiences, sometimes you can harp on one song for too long, and you get so far away from the origin point of that song that it's no longer the thing that had the magic.
Yeah.
So I think for us now, it's like keeping that pace and setting the expectation of like, they don't all have to be winners, but let's just write a song a day. Let's just grind it out.
That's great.
And typically like once the gears start turning, it's like the songs get a little better, a little better, a little better. And then like we were kind of able to lock in on, we found the rhythm and we found the cadence that this record's going to move to. And it all kind of fell into place pretty quickly from there. We were like, we're not overthinking things. These songs feel good. It has us up, jumping around in the room and feeling great. It's like, don't worry about how it's going to feel 3 weeks from now when you're stressing if the bass part or the guitar part's right.
Yeah.
Don't land on that energy. Remember this.
Yes.
And it's like when you lock into those moments, you know you have good stuff.
Wow. I also want to say that your voice sounds better than ever.
Oh, thank
that
you.
really stood out to me on
Only
this
took
album.
20 years.
I was going to say, like, talk about
Figure it out.
evolution. You've
No,
always
thank
had a
you.
great voice, but
Thank you.
that really did stand out to me on this album.
Thank you
I
so
think
much.
your voice sounds the best it's ever sounded.
That's awesome. I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's as a performer and as a singer, I always say, I think of our band as a live band first.
Yeah.
And so like I've never really been classically trained or anything like that. And so I've always paid attention to using my voice better and more dynamically over the years. And I think not to like shit on the genre in any way, but like pop punk's not exactly known for, and I'm going to eat my words right after I say this because there's a million great pop punk singers.
Right.
But when you think of pop punk, I don't think you think like prolific singers. It's more about the energy and the vibe of the
The
songs.
lyrics,
but then
Yeah,
you see
the
people
lyrics.
like Haley and Patrick
Of course,
and Will from
of
Cartel,
course.
who are all incredible singers. But like for me, it was never my focus to like be a good singer. It was just like write the songs and make sure you can do them live.
And make sure the lyrics are like
Right.
catchy and
Yes.
they stick and mean something.
And I think now, like having done it for quite a long time and pushing the boundaries of what our band does and what pop punk means and all of that, I think, I want to flex. Like I want to sing.
You want to be your best.
Yeah, and I want to sing like the artists that I idolize, like fucking Prince and like the Phil Collins and
the best.
The people that I admired that weren't from the genre. And so I think I've been pushing myself a little bit to try.
I can tell.
And even like Butterflies, like I when we were doing that, like it's higher for you. It's
for
like,
sure, it's up there.
You're yelling a little bit, and I was just like, oh, it was cool to see in the room. I was like, all right, let's go.
It just continues to help. It feels like everything's evolving. I think we all try to be better. Like Ryan's playing stuff he's never played. We're playing guitar parts that push us live, that challenge us a little bit more live. And then Zach's kind of just always been perfect. So
honestly, he's been an unbunbelievable bass player since the day we met him, and like it's not fair.
We always joke about this because again, pop punk not known for its like bass playing skill. And it's like I'm gonna say it now on camera. I think we have the best bassist in
pop punk.
Pop punk by far.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's
always been back there in the pocket, like playing some of the sickest bass parts.
Very technical.
For sure. No, everyone's bringing in. You can feel that on this album.
Just elevating to meet Zack at his level.
That's the best. Well, I think that dynamic is what has kept you guys so strong and so prolific all of these years. You guys have now grown up together as a band. I mean, it is a marriage, it is a brotherhood. It really is. Like, what do you think it is that's so unique about your dynamic that has kept you guys so strong?
I mean, I always look at the fact that we've stayed true to being like a band. Like there's not the guy. You know what I mean? Some bands have the guy.
Right. There's no ego involved.
Yeah, there's not the person that answers all the questions, and there's
everyone is comfortable
as I talk over you.
Shut the fuck
up. Let me take this one, bud.
No, I think like to Alex's point, like everyone is comfortable in their role.
Yeah.
Like no one seems to really on Wake Up Sunshine I wanted to write more. And Alex was like, all right, come and write more.
Yeah.
And I think one of the first songs we wrote together is Monsters.
That's unbelievable.
And so I think but even the fact that we have a space where I could be like, hey, I want to write more. And he's like, okay. I don't know if everyone has that kind of thing,
For sure. I think we've just always tried to pay attention to the needs of each other and like kind of check in and be like, everybody still good with this? Do we still want to be on the road? Do we still love this? Are we enjoying the music we're making?
We've all been in therapy, which helps.
Yeah, right. Which does help.
Because these are things you learn in therapy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just talking through it over the years. But even when we were less well-rounded individuals, and even in our younger days, I do think we were still even then a support system for each other. Yeah. And I think that really helped because I think some bands, decay from the inside because it's so isolating to be in a band and on tour and spending most of your days on the road and traveling and in planes and cars and whatnot, that you can feel very isolated and just like it's me versus everyone.
Yeah.
And so I think the fact that we kind of always had each other's best interest in mind and kept that way for a long time, I think that was the glue.
And I know this sounds weird, but not weird, but maybe I don't know if someone would think about this who doesn't tour, but our crew grew up with us.
Yes.
Like our drum tech, Alex, went to high school, middle school with us. And some of our crew members have been with us since we were 21, 20. So I think like, even if there's days where we don't want to confide in each other about problems, we have the crew to talk to. And that, I don't know, it does bring you closer together.
Yeah. We've always kept it family for sure.
And what about the two of you? Because I feel like the two of you have a special dynamic.
We're expecting our fourth child.
I was gonna say, it's like, are there any updates? Yeah. What is it? Tell me what you love most about the other one.
Well, this kind of came to me the other day because Rustin Kelly's on the record.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Rustin Kelly's one of my favorite singers. And we got to do something with him where he does this dirt emo thing where he like covers emo songs in kind of I guess like maybe like a country kind of way, like bluegrassy, like kind of
puts his
Nashville spin on it. And he asked Alex to do Dear Maria with him at Basement East in Nashville. And like Alex went up and did like a kind of like vibey Dear Maria with him. And I'm like, oh, like I'm watching my two favorite singers live. Then I was like, oh wait, I never like thought like Alex was one of my favorite lead singers. And I was like, oh cool.
Oh, that's really
But I was just like,
sweet.
Rustin and Alex, and it ended up becoming amazing because we have a song with both of them on it now. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's nice.
That's really beautiful.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, bud.
Take another drink.
Yeah, of course. Totally. Do you want another one, Brian?
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna drink to that. Cheers, dude. We kind of, we're very different people in a lot of ways, but I think Jack and I are cut from the same cloth, and
Yeah.
always
We
have
are,
been.
yeah.
Like from the day we first kind of met and linked up and like became best friends in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Like even our parents were telling that to us back then. They were like, it's like you guys are like
They couldn't separate
two
us, for
peas in
sure.
a pod.
That's
And
beautiful.
it's like,
What
you
a
know,
gift that is.
Yeah,
you know?
it's rare. I think that you find like, you know, your soul sibling like at an early age and ride out life with them. Like it's that's so unusual. I think a lot of
That's
those friends
really
that
We
you
had
Yeah.
sleepovers like
Yeah.
on weekdays, and our parents would drive us to school. Like it was like
Yeah, it was
in
like-
8th grade, 9th grade. It was very.
it would
Do
be
you
the-
guys remember first meeting?
I remember. I do. I remember. I can picture it. we were
Jack
in,
hung out. You hung out with the bad kids.
I did hang out with the back.
I was a little intimidated by JB.
Really?
Yeah, I came in from a different school, and like Jack rolled with some of the kids that I was like, ooh, they're like definitely the rebels here. Like they're up to no good.
We wore the shirts that got us in trouble at
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
What
no.
shirts?
I mean, like it was like
Like, I hate to
hot
know.
topic.
You know how like
Very
Hot Topic
controversial.
Princess Gifts had shirts of like tell your girlfriend I said thanks and
Oh,
like
Provocative.
provocative.
Yeah,
like,
totally
when you're
provocative.
11 and 12, like pretty
That is
hardcore stuff.
provocative.
Racy stuff. for
Yeah.
eighth grade.
Yeah, but I'll always have my shirt inside out because of that. And Alex was like, oh, like that's kind of badass.
Yeah.
I just thought you had like a statement where you wore your shirts inside out.
Oh yeah,
literally,
it was forced
It's not
upon
bad,
me.
yeah, you just-
But Alex, like the
That's
girls
really funny.
loved Alex because he was the new kid from another school. It was 8th grade. Like all the girls were like, ooh, like,
Who's this?
fresh meat.
Yeah, right. That's hilarious.
And so
I was like, help.
yeah, so I was like, ooh, all the girls like this dude.
So I came from an all boys school, so I was so intimidated.
Oh my God.
And then,
But I was like, wow, all the girls love him. He has a great voice. It's like, we should start a band together.
Was it that quick? Like,
pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah.
we started like we bonded over Limp Bizkit and like
Yeah.
rock bands of that era.
I
Foo
just
Fighters.
love that Limp Bizkit was
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
Literally,
catalyst.
yeah, it was like Korn,
For all-time
Slipknot,
love.
Linkin Park.
Bizkit,
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
And,
Yeah.
Honestly, this is kind of maybe the band that connected us from like that world to pop punk and all that was AFI.
Oh, amazing.
Because they were kind of like, they were almost like the dark kind of, but they did kind of go into the pop punk world a little bit. And I think that's
And
what
they were crossing over right at that time. That's when
They
the
were
Girls
like a
Act,
goth
right?
bridge.
Yeah, totally.
That was the
Yes.
yeah.
that was this intersection.
Yes.
But yeah, so we clicked pretty early on music, and I do like to, I will pride myself on this. Alex didn't love Blink as much as I did, and because Blink was at a time where like Blink was becoming super commercial, and it was like not as, it was becoming like they were like are they punk or not?
Well, now
was so-
everyone knows about them.
I was so punk
you're
rock
like, we
then.
knew
Yeah.
them first.
And
They're
Alex
like,
was a little more like kind of like what's cool or what's not, and I played him Mark Tom Travis show.
I was like, they're not punk. Bro.
And he was like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
And it was like, I think the live show and like them on stage and how they sounded, and you know that record's pretty punk rock.
Sick.
Yeah.
It was to
Yeah.
me. It was like bands that were friends. It was like seeing
yeah,
that,
you could
yeah,
feel
yeah.
that camaraderie and that
energy coming
energy.
through. I was
yeah.
like, that's sick.
I did have to convince him to like Blink, but once I did, he was all in.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wait, Brian, bring it in. We got another drink for you.
Oh, you got a re-up? Let's
Yeah,
go.
I do.
Thank you so much.
Love that.
Yeah.
You're
Thanks,
amazing.
Brian.
Brian.
We aim to please here, guys.
Where's yours, Brian?
Happy hour.
Brian waits till the shoot's over
Fair,
and then we
fair.
then he catches up.
Love.
I'm just sitting here and I'm like beaming ear to ear because I'm just so happy for you guys. You deserve it all.
Thank
okay? Like I've been a fan for decades, but I think that in addition to loving your music, like you said, it's you guys. It really comes down to the members, the band members, the bandmates, and you deserve it all. And if you think about the metrics of your success, right? You've sold nearly 4 million albums. You've streamed over 5 billion streams. You've number one on rock radio. Your new song is climbing up the charts. You know, you're as prolific as ever. What makes you feel the most proud or the most successful? Like looking back on all of it at this milestone with this your 10th album, your 20 years as a band.
I think it's time. I think it's time.
Yeah.
Like I think when
The longevity?
the ability to last in an industry
still
that's
do it.
really like it's fickle and it can go real quick. You know, we've seen so many of our peers come and go, and we've seen
Right.
so many great, amazing talents who have shot up and then come right back down.
Yeah.
And it's a tricky thing to navigate. And I think the longer we do it, the more I'm grateful for the ability to still be here with people that are interested in listening to not just our old music, but our new music.
new
And
music.
Yeah, that to me means
Yeah.
a lot.
I think
That's great.
The show's growing because I remember like early days, Nothing Personal, So Wrong, It's Right, probably like 2008, 2009, we started doing like House of Blues. And I I remember at the time being like, oh my God, if we just can just be doing House of Blues shows for the rest of our career, like I will be happy.
Yeah.
Because we got into a level that felt like, oh, this is sustainable to have a life, and like this is the most people we've ever had. And even then, now I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? No, but like looking back, it's like the fact that we've been able to stay like at that pace and kind of keep going up is makes me feel like, okay, this is way more than I expected.
To that
it doesn't have to be in arenas, it doesn't have to be stadiums all the time, but just the fact that it keeps growing is like, wow, that's crazy.
It's a really good point. And like to expand on that, I think it's kind of time plus that.
Yeah.
It's like once you do this long enough, it's like, this is how we live. This is what puts food on the table. And I think, there are so many new young bands that aren't quite at a level where it's become a sustainable thing yet.
Yeah.
And that grind is so difficult in those years when you're saying yes to everything just to make enough money to be able to quit your job at home so that you can stay out on the road. So many bands are handcuffed to like, well, we have to go back and work, and so we can't do the next thing because I have to make money and live a life. And so I think once we sort of got to a point where we were, to your point of like, we were playing venues and we had this develop to a place where this was now our livelihood.
Yes.
I'm very grateful for that. You know, I think the fact that we're given the opportunity to do this at a level where it provides for us and our families and able to sustain it, like that's something I'm so grateful for because it's all we know.
Also, the thing that kind of keeps you kind of going sometimes is like Monsters was an eye-opening thing for us because you kind of realize that you get to a point where you're like, oh, this is our career now, this is where we're at. And then something happens that surprises you and you're like, oh, I didn't even know that could happen.
Right.
Yes.
And so it kind of like, it's not like chasing that dragon a little bit, but it's kind of just like, it's kind of like knowing like, hey, like anything can happen.
Yeah.
Good or bad. Like, tomorrow can bring anything, but that was like a big part of our career that kind of changed overnight, and it was in a positive way. And it is nice to know that that's still out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
What advice do you have to artists who are like first, like, grinding and hitting the pavement, and now with like social media, that wasn't really a thing when you guys were coming up. So it's a different dynamic now.
Well, we never really had to, and I look at these artists today, I'm like, we never really had to sell ourselves on socials. Like, we had to sell ourselves on stage.
Yes.
Right? But
doing your craft.
But like
it's very stressful.
It's very stressful because when we started the band, you perform, you learn to play, and you learn to like do your shows and perform live, but you don't learn how to go on TV or go on an app and
it's like you're kind of
brand yourself.
Even to your point, like going on TV, that was still like doing late night performances and stuff. That was still like it's like still showbiz and you're still performing. Whereas now it's like if you're not taking things into your own hands and marketing yourself through your social media, then it's like that's the fact that like all these kids, they get a glimmer of like something starts to hit, and the first thing that people start telling you is like, great, now do that 100 times more in your bedroom, and we're not really going to give you any resources because that doesn't help us to give you money to do this. It's just like, we just want you to do that like 3-4 more times, and then we'll kind of like invest. And it's like, what art is going to come out of that? Like, these people are so
terrifying,
incredibly creative, and like it's an interesting system.
It's almost like you're not starting a band anymore, you're starting a company or something. You have to like be multiple faceted, and
I think it's like really stressful and disheartening, but I do think that real art will show its head. I think that like
100%.
With social media, a lot of like quick things will come up, and it's kind of great because they get in front of people, and we never had that growing up. But I do think the true art will find its moment. Like 100%. I really am excited, like Turnstile has been doing this for 15 years.
I just saw that it moved me.
Shout out Baltimore Hardcore.
Yes,
Baltimore, baby.
Exactly.
That show moved me. Like, I was like, wow, the energy in here feels like pretty special.
Very special.
Really cool.
And almost like more refreshing than ever.
Definitely.
Because it's like you almost value it more.
It's authentic. And it feels like the groundswell of it has happened really naturally. It didn't come from a viral video. It came from just people going like, I fuck with this energy so hard in a room.
And it's just like you guys, they have been doing this relentlessly.
Yeah. It did remind me a little bit of like kind of our Warped Tour scene when like pop punk email was kind of becoming a thing again. Like Us Boys Like Girls, We the Kings, all those, The Main, all these people, Mayday. Like there was that energy in these little clubs, and that it hasn't really been around for a minute. So it's good to see it.
Sure.
Yeah. Different
Well,
form.
in addition to giving advice to other bands, what would you go back now to 20 years and what would you say to yourself specifically?
I would say, because we didn't really answer the question.
Yeah,
to
no,
be fair,
sorry.
What I
Yes,
would
yes.
say to newer artists and also to myself as a young artist is I would say trust your gut.
Yeah.
And like that, I keep coming back to that so much. But one of the things that if I could go back and change anything, it would be that like there were these moments that I key in on throughout our career where the older person in the room or the more knowledgeable person in the room or the music industry executive in the room or whatever had an opinion that we went like, well, of course they must be right. Because how could we know we're 22 years old and we're just like, this is our, whatever. And so like, and we would make a decision that would end up not panning out because it wasn't authentic to us.
And back then, decisions could really, like, when you're going forward, they can stop you in your track and they can push you backwards.
100%.
You lose a lot of momentum.
Your record could get shelved.
Yeah.
You know, these were things that happened. But like, you know, I think I would say, you know your thing better than anybody.
Yeah, no one knows your band better.
No one knows what you're trying to do more than you do. And there are those moments of self-doubt where you want to look for help. It's fine to listen and take stock of that, but take a minute to process it and fit it into your world and make it make sense for you. Because I think what people are craving, to your point about art, true art and good art rising to the top, is that the best stuff that rises to the top is the stuff that's authentic.
Yes.
And it's like
and
that only
uniquely
happens.
that artist.
Yes, it's only it needs to be that person and it needs to come from within, and people identify with that and they latch onto that. So I think when it feels like it's been overly brainstormed, workshopped, you know, built in a lab, like that stuff, it can have that flash moment.
Sure.
But I think a lot of the time it also, you know, it's like a really delicious candy bar.
I was going to say it's fast food.
Yeah, it's great. It's delicious, but then it's gone, and you're like, but I'm also I'm still hungry.
Sometimes it gives you a tummy ache.
You don't feel great after.
Look at that.
It's not healthy for your soul.
Yes.
Look at that. It's not fulfilling.
Now, 20 years from now, what do you hope people will be saying about All Time Low?
Wow.
Or the legacy of it?
I mean, hopefully that we built a really sick community around our band. I think the thing that I take so much pride in when I look at All Time Low shows is how diverse our crowd is, how much love is in the room. Like people really like, they come to our shows, they leave their worries at the door, and there's kind of this like camaraderie and a really cool energy that happens.
That's great.
And we've seen that across our fan base. Like, you know, I lurk the Reddit, I look at the comment sections every now and then, and there's so many people being like, I've seen posts that are like, hey, going to this show by myself, like feeling a little nervous, what do you recommend I do? And then like other people that like I recognize from our band's community will be like, we'll be there 3 hours before doors, come meet us in line.
Oh,
like,
it's amazing.
You ride with us tonight. And that's so sick.
It's funny because like we're so in it and you see that every day that you just assume that's every show.
Right.
And it isn't.
No.
You know, like we all
not.
go to shows all the time.
Yeah.
Like it really is not always the vibe.
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel really lucky
sometimes I take it for granted. That,
Well, I think people go to shows for different reasons.
Good point.
Right?
Yeah, good point.
Like the same way different bands or different songs make you feel different things. They kind of resonate with a different part of you.
Yep.
All Time Low shows are love.
Yeah,
I hope so. That's what I want. Like we've always been like the good time boys, and I feel, you know, like I think we make it a party for sure, and our show has always been about just like not taking it too seriously and having a great time. But
I think
at
about
the
like
same
Les and
time,
Jake shows sometimes. Like
Yeah,
Les and
like-
Jake's
That's
kind
a
of
great
that vibe too.
reference.
Just
Yeah, it's a great reference.
lifting your comrades up. You know, I think that's what I hope people take away, is that they look back, if they participated, if they came to the shows, I hope people go, man, those were some of the best times. Those were some of the best times of my life. Like that's all that matters to me.
Yeah,
And
fun escape.
not just a great time, but it's heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that's really what has helped give the longevity for All Time Low. It's like, it's fun, it's feel good, but it's the heart. And that's you guys.
Yeah. Oh, thank
So
you.
congratulations and everything. I'm
you.
just so happy.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. You deserve it all. And I love this new album.
Thank you.
And I love Old Fashions.
Oh,
Hey,
So-
cheers to that.
Too old fashioned.
So good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is so special.
This is wild, by the way.
You guys are gonna love this. Now, if you do go down this, it's actually very fast.
Yeah.
That's why there's it's fast.
This is so
We go in this every day. Isn't this epic?
This is why you do it. This is life.
Is this it?
This is why you do it. Yeah.
When people ask me, Allison, do you feel successful? I go, I do.
yeah.
I'm with All Time Low. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right, we gotta hit the slide. Yeah, I'm gonna come do that with you.
Yes.
Isn't it fast?
Sick.
It is, right? It's unassuming.
Just falls out.
I'm dead. So good to rush.
I love that.